I love you more. I love you most.
Yeah! Hello and welcome to the Decent Wrestling Show, and welcome to another retro review. This time it is of No Way Out 2005. Make sure to like, comment, share and subscribe. So this was not a very good show, so strap yourselves in and let's get right into the first match, which was for the Tag Team Championships as the Basin brothers defended against Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero. Loud Eddie chants to begin the match, and Rey gets isolated for a short time, and there's some classic heel work from the Basin brothers. Nice high-paced offense from Eddie and Rey both, and a back suplex from Eddie Guerrero to escape a chinlock, but he can't make the tag to Rey. Eventually he does make the tag to Rey after Doug misses a diving headbutt. Then there's some really cool offense from Ray before the Bashams pull a switcheroo and hit a lariat to take control. Some slow and boring stuff from the Bashams as they isolate Rey Mysterio. Rey does fight out on the top rope and hits a beautiful moonsault, but then there's more isolation and dull offense. Rey does some awesome dodging of both Bashams, really cool stuff here, and hits the top tag to Eddie Guerrero. Nice stuff from Eddie, but the Bashams come back with a double choke slam. They go for a double suplex, however, it is reversed to a roll up once Rey chop blocks one of the Bashams, but it does not get the 3 count. Eddie goes out and gets the belt, but Rey stops him from cheating with it. Eddie goes to the top rope for the frog splash, but rolls through after the Bashams move out the way. Eventually, Eddie lays down and plays possum and gets a roll up for a 2.9. Really awesome stuff here from Eddie Guerrero. Danny Basham throws the belt to Eddie, who then throws it to Doug. The ref kind of saw that transition, but eventually the referee's just dealing with Doug. And Rey throws in the other belt to Eddie Guerrero. Eddie then hits the other Basham with the belt and then lays down and then gets to cover for a 3 count. It was an odd match. It had a really fun start and high-paced start. Bit of a boring middle with the Bashams isolating Rey Mysterio, which was very dull. But it had a really funny ending. The finish doesn't really quite make sense, as Rey stopped Eddie from cheating earlier, but then is fine with it a minute later. But I guess it was a unique finish. So overall, it was fine, but nothing good, and the Bashams are boring. I give it 2 3/4. Not a great start, but not a bad start per se. Teddy Long wants Batista to be pampered because he's going to be here at No Way Out, and he really wants to sign him to SmackDown. Carlito interrupts. He brings in the wife of the board of director member. And Teddy might get fired if Batista isn't signed. And that's cool. The first of 3 segments with this, the Diva Rookie Contest, Round 1, is the Evening Gown Contest. Tori comes out with Dawn Marie. Tori's in green and Dawn in a yellow low-hanging top, which the cameraman very much enjoys when she goes on commentary. Joy Giovanni is first in a pink dress, and she just shows her butt crack, and that gives me a 10 out of 10 for Joy Giovanni there. The next contestant is Rochelle Lowen in an orange/red sort of gown, 7 out of 10. Lauren Jones in a beautiful black dress, 8 out of 10. And finally Michelle McCool in a black dress as well, 7 out of 10. And that's the entire segment, and we'll be back with that later. Haydenreich. Haydenreich took on Booker T in the next match. Haydenreich plays crazy really well. He's just very good at little mannerisms and talking to himself and stuff like that, which actually really makes him very entertaining. He reads a poem before the match, and wish me luck going into this one. He throws some punches and hits a lariat. Booker comes back with a nice kick and some nice strikes. A big scoop slam from Haydenreich, and again, his little mannerisms that he does are really unique and really make the match better. He's very entertaining. He turns Booker completely inside out with a clothesline. and starts biting Booker's forearm when he's in a chokehold. See, little things like that, like making a chokehold more interesting. He hits a big boot, but Booker comes back with a spine buster and other moves before doing the Spinneroonie. Nice sequence with finishes teased. Haydenreich thrown over the top rope, a little bit ugly there. Haydenreich hits Booker T in the throat with a chair for a DQ finish. I don't care what anyone says, this match was actually pretty fun. Haydenreich again does the little management which add to the match so well, and he has actually some decent offense, and the clothesline was really cool. Booker was a great babyface here. The finish was a bit lame though. I'd like to see a clean finish. I would have given it 3 stars, but because of the finish, I'm going to give it 2 3/4. But actually, a surprisingly decent match. I enjoyed this one. Cena's backstage with Eddie Guerrero, and Eddie Guerrero gives a great pep talk to John Cena. Really good promo from Eddie Guerrero, and very good stuff here. Cruiserweight Open for the Cruiserweight Championship is next, as Funaki defends his Cruiserweight Championship against loads of other people. It'll be 2 people starting in the ring, and then each one is eliminated and a new person comes in. Paul London and Funaki are the first 2. Spike Dudley interferes and costs Funaki the title. He's out. Spike is in next versus London. Funaki super kicks Spike Dudley and he is eliminated. Paul London versus Shannon Moore is next. There's a top rope hurricanrana for a 2 count, and some decent action is going on, but the crowd is dead. Corkscrew moonsault from Shannon Moore is missed, but then Paul London hits the 450 splash for 3 count. Now it's Paul London versus Akio, who turned out to later then be Jimmy Wang Yang. Big clothesline from Akio for a 2 count, and a big enziguri also for a 2 count. Paul London hits a top rope neck breaker, and they both do a double down, but Akio can't get up before the count of 10, so he's eliminated. So we end with Chavo Guerrero versus a beaten up and bruised Paul London as the finale. London can barely stand, but he does the roll up Chavo nearly for the win, and London escapes a net breaker and hits a dragon suplex for a 2 count. Big back body drop and a drop salt, but only for a 2 count. Eventually Chavo rolls up with the ropes for the win. Decent cruiserweight action with a pretty lame finish as again. London was the star here, and he got a great showing. The crowd was dead for most of it. It was fine, but nothing special. I give it 2.5 stars. We continued the Diva Rookie Contest. Round 2, the talent show. Joy Giovanni's talent is massaging. She wants to massage Tori. So Joy takes off her top, revealing a pink bra, and then bends over, revealing her underwear while massaging Tori Wilson. Dawn hates it, but I and everyone in the crowd very much appreciated it. Rochelle Lewin does a comedy. Yeah, fucking atrocious. At least she had a great dress though. A great dress. Better than the evening gown one. Lauren Jones is dancing, and her dancing, well, it sucked. Michelle McCool, her talent was slamming Dawn Marie. It's pretty funny. Joy clearly won that. I give Lauren a 4 out of 10, Rochelle a 6, Michelle a 7, and Joy gets another 10 out of 10. JBL cuts a backstage promo, and really great fire from him. JBL is just amazing in this era. And the next match, Undertaker taking on Luther Reigns. Please help me. Taker dominates. Luther Reigns explodes out of corner with a clothesline. Luther is then whipped into an exposed turnbuckle. Later on, there's a low blow by Luther Reigns out of the ref's view, and he throws Undertaker's back of the head into the turnbuckle, the exposed one. Generic and dull offense from Luther Reigns, but Taker eventually fights back. An awful looking spear by Luther Reigns for a 2 count. Flying forearm from the Undertaker, an abysmal looking snake eyes. Big boot, and yeah, this match sucks. Chokeslam, Tombstone is reversed into reverse DDT for a near fall. Please end this. Taker reverses to a DDT. Set up Tombstone for a 3 count. Good riddance. Bad match. Luther Reigns, you suck. You were abysmal here. While Haydenreich gets a lot of bad rap and is actually quite entertaining, Luther Reigns gets a bad rap and deserves every bit of it because he sucks. No charisma, no interesting offense, just boring, boring, boring. 1 star. And that's being generous. Divas Rookie Contest Round 3, a bikini contest. As per. No Dawn Marie this time as she's still recovering from the body slam from Michelle McCool. Joy, Giovanni in a blue and white bikini. She shows her thong and twerks, so that's an easy 10 out of 10. For me and the entire audience, huge pop for her when she did that. Rochelle Lowen in a black bikini. She looked great, so 8 out of 10. Lauren in a red bikini, and again, she looked great, 8 out of 10. Finally, Michelle McCool in a blue bikini, looking great as well, and did some gymnastics, 9 out of 10. Joy Giovanni won via votes and the audience. She won with 65% of the votes. Damn, and they are 100% correct. Joy Giovanni, absolutely spectacular looking lady. Next up was Kurt Angle versus John Cena for the #1 contendership for the WWE Championship. Solid start. Cena gets the upper hand with a clothesline over the top rope, a spear over the announce table and some ground and pound. He goes for the FU, but Angle rolls out and hits a German suplex into the top rope. Cena tries to fight back, but Angle hits 3 German suplexes. Cena gets his foot on the ropes, however, to stop the pin from being a 3 count. Angle is working Cena's neck, and Cena comes back with a shoulder block. Cena comes back with clotheslines and a back elbow and hits a spine buster. German suplex from Kurt Angle. A second, however, is reversed to Cena's setup to his 5 knuckle shuffle. I don't really know what you call that move, but he does a set out version of it this time. An FU is reversed to a roll up and then a belly to belly suplex. Kurt Angle goes for the Angle slam, but it's reversed to a DDT for a nice near fall. Once again the FU, but this time it's rolled up to an ankle lock. Cena rolls through, throwing Angle out of the ring. Cena goes to the top rope and hits a diving guillotine leg drop. Insane stuff, but can't get a 3 count here. FU, but he's slow to pin, so only gets a 2 count. Angle kicks Cena's kneecap and works the ankle, and hits the Angle slam, but doesn't go for the pin. Ankle lock. Cena refuses to tap, even when Angle sits on it. Brilliant fire from Cena and a great star-making moment here for him. Cena gets the ropes, but barely. Ankle lock again, but the ref gets thrown into the ref, so as a ref bump. Angle then gets Cena's chain, but a spear into the buckle from Cena and an FU for a 3 count. Great match, really put Cena over. It's a bit of an odd finish as usual with this No Way Out show, but what a star-making performance for John Cena, and if there's any match you need to check out from this show, it's this one. 3 3/4, a great match, and yeah, good stuff. The main event, a steel cage barbed wire match for the WWE Championship as JBL defends again against the Big Show. Good start from Big Show. JBL with a chop block and a neck breaker. JBL tries to escape, but then thinks better of it after cutting himself from the barbed wire. Fall away slam on JBL. JBL's arm is cut open. Show gets thrown into the cage post and there's already blood on Show. He's already a bloody mess. It was kind of unneeded so early in the match. Like, I don't mind blood, but when it's just unnecessary, it's just kind of stupid. JBL hits a shoulder block from the top rope. Big Show comes back with a super kick and a nasty powerbomb. Slingshot into the cage. And Orlando Jordan and the Badgers come down and try to cut the cage open. Teddy Long comes out and kicks them out, but OJ did manage to put bolt cutters in the ring. Bolt cutters to the skull of the Big Show, and then a clothesline from hell, always a great move, but does not get the 3 count. Chokeslam from Big Show for only a near fall. JBL returns with a low blow, tries to cut the wires out, cut the barbed wire out at the top, but Show meets him on the top rope and JBL drops the cutters by accident. Chokeslam from the top rope goes through the ring, an awesome moment there. Really cool moment there as JBL goes through the ring. Show rips the padlock off the cage to escape. Show thinks he's won, but JBL actually escaped under the ring. Show is a sore loser after the match. And the cabinet attacks Big Show when he was attacking JBL. Batista is here. Batista kills all. JBL runs away, but he can't run from everyone because Cena attacks him from behind, hits a spinebuster through a table, and Cena and Batista stand tall to end the show. The match was fine. I give it 2.25 stars. It wasn't nothing special. Too much blood early on, which was unneeded. The finish was kind of BS, but I really loved and hated it at the same time. It was something different, I guess. But the post-match was actually better than the match. Really well done post-match. You get over Cena and Batista and start the new era of WWE, which would start at WrestleMania 21, which will be the next show. So overall, No Way Out 2005 was a terrible show. The only stuff I recommend is not JBL. The only stuff I recommend is John Cena versus Kurt Angle, which was a great match, and the Diva Rookie contest, especially stuff with Joy Giovanni because she was phenomenal here and looked amazing. Haydenreich and Booker T was okay, and everything else was, again, okay to quite bad. Definitely don't watch Undertaker Luther Reigns, skip that with all your might. But yeah, not a great show. Hopefully WrestleMania 21 is better. Well, I know WrestleMania 21 is better because it's probably the best WrestleMania of all time. But thank you for listening, and take care, and let me know if you've watched No Way Out 2005. Let me know your thoughts on the show.